Hey guys, Helen Hartsmith here again with
Kathy.
So here we are, episode 702 of the podcast.
And it's only October.
I feel like we're on a roll since we just started in September.
We did.
We've gotten 3 in like 6 weeks or something. So we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So we're gonna finish some old business in this podcast, but we got pre-business to do first.
We do.
Yeah. So what's that business? It's time for the correspondence of the week. So Kathy,
Helen's.
what did we pick?
We picked Opal.
Opal. They're beautimous.
And they've known to be cursed.
I think I've heard that.
Yeah.
I'm not into opal. I know that we have a coven member who is into opals.
Yeah.
My mother loved opals.
Yeah. But there was this whole thing where you were not supposed to buy it for yourself because then it was cursed.
True.
Yeah.
My mom said that.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Well, I mean, it can't hurt to like demand someone. Hi, Nala. Demand that somebody gift you opals because they're expensive.
I made Randy buy me one a long time ago.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, opal is connected with the planet Mercury. It's a rather soft stone. It's only a 5.5 to 6.5 on the Mohs scale. At first I thought you were talking about this. You should keep it away from other stones because it will absorb all of their energy. That's what I thought you were going to talk about at first. Could be tied in.
Part of the curse.
But other stuff that you can use opals for.
It's a stone of hope, positive actions, achievements, and love, which is why I made Randy buy me one.
There you go. I love it. Okay, so that is our...
Oh, there's more.
Oh, is there more? Mm-hmm. Psychic opening and development, sensitivity to spirits.
So that also could be why it was considered cursed, because if it's opening up somebody to psychic abilities and spirits, then they're going to be freaking out if they don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. And it does link your physical body to your higher bodies, and that allows for greater access to cosmic consciousness. So maybe you're right. Maybe that's where it came into, to keep, I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah.
There's some lore. If someone wants to do some research on the lore,
if you have some information, throw in the comments.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not super into opals. I have a few, but yeah, that's it. So, alrighty. So that is the correspondence of the week. All right. So, when we left off on the podcast in season 6, we had started a list of questions that was actually put together by Little Cosmic Crow on their channel. And, I haven't even looked to see if that channel is still active. So that's something that I should look into. But Little Cosmic Crow put together a list of 15 questions and titled it, Get to Know Your Witches. And it was a prompt that I think numerous people were kind of following.
Right.
But, that was 2020?
Well, I don't think we did many podcasts during the pandemic.
2020.
Yeah, so we did a podcast just before the pandemic.
Yeah, so early 2020. Yep. So we're going to pick up. We got through question number 6. So we're going to, and I haven't looked at these. I was a good kid.
I sort of looked at them a little bit when you sent me the picture today.
Oh, okay.
But so I haven't had time to think about it.
So we're gonna answer these questions for y'all.
Okay.
And we're gonna see what the skinny is and get to know Kathy and Helen. Your witches here at Heart of the Witch's Path. So question number 7. Ooh, if you were a ghost, what place would you haunt?
I gotta think about that. You go first.
Well, what initially comes to mind is New Orleans. So I happen to, so we are recording this just before Samhain, in 2022. And so at this point in time, AMC is doing Interview with the Vampire.
I haven't seen it.
And so I have been thinking about re-listening to
the books.
Anne Rice's books because I have them all on audio. And so I have listened to Interview.
Ooh.
And I just completed The Vampire Lestat and I have started Queen of the Damned. And it's been a number of years.
Right.
Since I read or listened to any, especially these earlier ones.
Right.
So it's beautiful to kind of get back into the world again and what have you. And so, yeah, it's got me thinking about New Orleans. So I would haunt New Orleans because I think there'd be a lot of cool ghosts haunting New Orleans that I'd want to hang out with.
Right.
So, yeah. What about you?
So
Did I stretch enough?
If it were anywhere in the world that you didn't have a connection to, because I couldn't think of anything that I had a connection to that I would haunt. But if it were anything anywhere in the world, I would pick a nice old castle in Ireland or Scotland.
Yeah, that would be like a close second.
Yeah, like Edinburgh Castle.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah. Lady of the
still
Castle.
in use. It's, still
people are still about.
Vital. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool. All right, there we go. Question number 8. What is the funniest way someone has reacted to finding out you are a witch?
So, way back in, it was my stepdad's funeral. It was the party afterwards. I told my sister to get my keys out of my pocket because she had to get something out of the car. And she came back in and said, "Why do you have the devil's symbol on your keychain?" I said, "I don't. I have a pentagram on my keychain that stands for Earth, Air, Fire, and Water." "What's the devil's symbol?" I said, "No, it's not. It is really not." And of course, we didn't get into it then because we were at
the setting,
the wake for my stepfather. But yeah, we had a conversation after that. It was a good conversation. She doesn't agree with my choices, but she's understanding.
Yeah.
Although she probably still prays for me.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm sure my aunt thought that, like, when I told her, very close with my aunt, I'm sure when I told her she had something to say, but I don't, like, that might be the funniest. I know that I'm coming out a little bit at work, and, just a few people, so work people friending me on Facebook, and I won't friend them back until they know, because obviously I post a lot of witchy content and stuff, and so there's only like a handful of people
just snuggling now,
and stuff like that, and so there's been some all right kind of responses and stuff like that, but I don't think anything too over the top or anything. So yeah, nothing funny here. I think maybe I scream witch anyhow, just in my normal.
I often say, if you don't know that I'm a witch, you are not paying attention.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So question number 9. Do you have any superstitions?
It's your turn to go first.
Oh, dang. I would say not a ton. I think there's certain things that I might steer away from. I am not down with Ouija boards. I've had some weird shit happen with them, so I don't mess around with them. I love black cats. I don't really throw salt over my shoulder, like, ever. I step on the cracks. I guess I don't step under ladders, but I'm not around ladders. I'm trying to think of, like, the traditional superstitions. I love 13.
Right.
When 666 comes up, I giggle.
I love it. I was at the car wash the other day, and I paid, and you wrote on my windshield, and from my direction it said 666, and I realized it was probably 222, but I still got a giggle.
Yeah, so not many.
Yeah, so I really just have one that I can think of right now, and that is I will not put up anything in my house that says the word welcome. I do not have a mat outside my door that says welcome. I don't have anything that says come on in. I have absolutely nothing that will allow anything in that I don't want to have come into my house. Because that's how you get vampires. I mean, seriously, that's how you get things that shouldn't be in your house. I have nothing that says welcome. I will not buy anything that says welcome.
I have a mat that says come in and sit a spell.
Yeah, that's too far for me. I won't do that.
I've never heard that. All right. Well, I'm welcoming shit in, apparently. What's new? If you could possess, this is 10. If you could possess any fantasy magic, what would your power be? So let's define fantasy magic.
Are we talking about a fantasy magic system?
Or like fantasy magic as depicted in a certain movie? Are we talking like
Harry Potter, like Lord of the Rings,
magic? Yeah.
Like Wheel of Time? Because you know what my answer is there.
Wheel of Time.
I would totally do that.
Oh, yeah, because that magic system...
Oh, it's so extensive.
It's so good.
Rich.
It's so good.
Yeah. So Wheel of Time, Robert Jordan.
Yeah. See it now on Amazon.
Right.
Season 1.
Season 2 should
Season
be coming
2
out
is
soon.
coming. I mean, it's very... It's
so rich.
You can do as much as, say, Mage the Ascension.
Right.
If you're into role playing.
Right.
You know, there's stuff there. You're not limited. You're only limited by the power of your imagination.
Well, and your strength in the different elements. And your strength in general. But I think if I were to pick any system, that would be the system. If I were to pick one, quote unquote, spell that I could do from the movies, it would be Accio from Harry Potter. So I didn't have to get up and get things.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Bring to me.
Oh, my goodness. That's what you have a houseboy for, isn't it?
I don't make him wait on me.
Okay, this one's interesting. Number 11. What is something random on your altar or altars? See, we're sitting right next to yours.
I'm looking. I don't think anything on my altar is random. Everything has a reason. I mean, something non-traditional that is on my altar would be the claws, not the what they are, wildcat, the bigger
bobcat.
Thank you, bobcat claws that I picked up somewhere that are on my altar.
Sometimes my phone, well, not sometimes, every night for the most part, my phone is on my altar because my altar's right next to my bed and I need a place to put my phone. So that might be random.
I have random stones on there.
Yeah. I can't, like you said, everything has a purpose.
Right.
And I recently reset it, so it's...
Yeah, I need to reset mine.
It's nice and clean, so...
We'll see if I do that Friday. Because Samhain's Monday.
Yeah. So let's move on to question 12.
Sure.
We're just chipping away here.
Yes, we are.
If one of the YouTubers you watched was a genie, and they could grant you 3 wishes within their power, who would it be and what wishes? And you can't wish for more wishes.
I literally had this question 2 weeks ago at work. Yeah, because we were having this project manager training thing, which I still don't understand why we were invited. We're not project managers, but whatever. And he had the head guy of project managers at where I work was like, well, let's do this questionnaire so that we can kind of get to know each other. And one of the questions was that it was basically that exact same question, because you can't wish for more wishes.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think it was just one wish. Is it my turn or your turn?
You can go first.
Okay, so I would wish for equality, so that.
Wait, you have to pick a YouTuber first.
Oh, I don't follow YouTubers. Okay, I follow those guys that dive for cars.
Oh dear Lord.
I follow that one guy who does, he does a lot of historical stuff. I follow the guy that does the charts, like who would be the king of England if this line had
useful charts.
Useful charts, yeah.
I like him.
Yeah, he's nice.
Oh, he would be a fun genie.
Yeah.
I don't get the why which YouTuber.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go with it.
I don't know which YouTuber would be, but equality would be what I would wish for. And that would be all I would need, because it would get rid of racism, sexism, misogyny. It would get rid of elitism, classism, nationalism. It would get rid of religious extremism. It would get rid of all of that shit. And even if we had some people who are richer than other people, everyone would have the same abilities to get where they need to get without somebody judging them for race, color, creed, religion, whatever. So I only need one.
Okay, I'll buy that for $1. My YouTuber, I think my YouTuber, he's not super active, but he is on YouTube, and I pick him only because I want to meet him, would be Daniel Henney.
You're fun.
There's a method to my madness. I like your equality thing, and I think I'm going to steal it, but I need more than that. Because, yeah, I think equality would for sure deal with all of the social stuff. But in addition to that, I would wish for, I'm not even sure how to word it exactly. But I would wish the planet to be healthy.
Right. Yeah.
And I would wish that we would work to keep it that way.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that that would be nice for me. That would be nice for me. And I'd meet Daniel Henney. That's like an added bonus.
You're fun.
Question 13. We're nearly done. Question 13. If you could instantly become an expert in any part of your craft / spirituality, what would it be?
It's your turn to go first, because I went first last time.
Oh, yeah. So I think expert is kind of a really strong term. And I don't know that I would want to be an expert in anything, because I think I've got a lot of years left in me. And so I want to spend my time learning. So I would change this question to read, if you could instantly become, oh shoot, I had the word and I lost it. Proficient.
Jinx.
Proficient. If I could instantly become proficient in any part of your craft spirituality, I think, because I'm intrigued as to how it would change my practice, but I would say ceremonial magic. Because, like, so when I took the 4th year of temple training, you concentrate on high magic, ceremonial magic, you know, and I wasn't interested in like, I knew that it wasn't necessarily a part of me, right? It's a lot to take on. There's a lot of very specific movement and ritual to ceremonial magic that can cause one to feel lost. Or, you know, and it's difficult, you know, while you're in that memorization phase, to have a script and do these hand gestures and motions and all this kind of stuff. And if I were instantaneously proficient, then I'd be past that point.
Right.
And then I could really make a judgment call as to
what you would use.
Yeah, is this something that would be a part of my practice? More than it is now, because I at least have a knowledge of it now, which I'm grateful for. But yeah, that's what came to mind. And I always would like to be an expert, I guess, in herbalism. You know, herbalism and stones.
Yeah, see, I would pick stones and mythology.
Yeah. You do like the mythology.
I do
stuff.
like the mythology.
I do too. I guess, yeah, I do like the mythology stuff too, but yeah, I think a first for me would be the ceremonial magic. And I'm not sure why, but that's just something that's come to me in the moment. So, yeah, okay. Any other thoughts on that one before we move on? Number 14. When you die, what do you think will happen to you / your soul?
Wow.
Deep ones.
Yeah. So I was recently reading something that said that some cosmologies believe your soul is made up of as many as 14 or 15 pieces.
Oh, interesting.
So I think that the reason, so I believe in reincarnation, and I believe that we reincarnate in an effort to learn all that we can through a number of lifetimes in order for at least part of our souls to rejoin the goddess. So I don't know what that takes or what that entails, but I believe there are pieces of your soul that do various things and maybe combine in other ways to become other people. I don't know that I've really sussed out what I fully believe on it. I don't think I've read enough or meditated enough on it to really get what I fully believe. But that's as much as I believe.
Okay. So I always have to psych myself up for answering this question because I want to make sure that I get it right, and there's bits and pieces of it that I'm kind of cloudy on. So I believe that I am made up of 3 soul parts, each connected with a world. So there is my lower self, there is my higher self, and there is my middle realm self. I believe that the middle realm self acts as a link or a linchpin between the lower and higher selves. So it's all locked in. So the middle soul is the essence of who Helen is. Okay? And the lower realm is connected to the ancestors. Okay. And the higher soul is connected to the divine mind. So when I die, the higher self will return to the upper realm and basically swim once again in that divine consciousness. The middle self or soul and the lower soul will travel into the lower world. And here's where the teachings, I don't remember exactly which one does which, but one of them, and it might just be the lower self, goes back to the ancestors. And that part of Helen lives on in the ancestors, with the ancestors. The other one will linger there for a while, but then it will eventually move on. And if I remember correctly, it goes back up to the higher realm and kind of like links up with what could potentially be a new piece. Essence of the upper self, and then comes back down and is reborn as whatever my next soul is. So that's essentially what I believe that happens to the soul. I also believe that your soul can splinter or shard. And I believe that because I believe in reincarnation, I also believe in past lives. And so I believe in what's called soul contracts. And so there are things that happen in past lifetimes where you, as who you are in this life, are affected by things that happen there.
Right.
And when you get into shamanic practices and doing soul journeys, you can recover those shards and bring the shard, deal with the crap that happened.
So it's crap or trauma that happened in a past life.
Exactly. And you bring that shard back to become connected once again to the whole. And so I believe in that. And I've actually done some work with that. And that's some interesting stuff.
Right.
So, yeah. So that's... and so like some people could have tons of shards lingering out there
depending
that they
on
need to deal with. Depending on what.
And I believe in soul clusters too. So people that you've had in previous lifetimes that have
we
been
had
your
to
friends,
have known each other in past lives.
We had to.
We had
oh
to.
my God.
We had
many. Many. I've actually done a couple past life regressions that you were part of that life. So.
I have not.
I have.
I need to be a part of that.
Yeah.
I haven't done a past life regression in a while.
We can discuss after this.
Yes, we should. Okay. The final question. Question 15.
Okay.
Where do you see yourself spiritually in the next 5 years?
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to continue to learn and grow, continue to work with my coven sisters. I'd like to get back into the pagan meetup, which has kind of been on hold because the pandemic was not kind. I'd like to have more time to devote to that kind of thing. It's a little hard. Life is really busy right now. But just keep going, keep learning.
Yeah. That's same for me. I want to learn until I'm not breathing,
right?
Kind of a thing. So, keep working on making myself a better version of myself. Working towards the best version of myself. Spiritually. I mean, I think that we will, like, for both of us, I think that we'll both be in leadership of something.
Right.
Community-wise, whether that's continuing with the coven or, branching out into a larger circle or teaching or what have you.
Something.
So, yeah. Well, that was nice. We did it. we finally finished the list of questions.
After 2.5 years.
Better late than never, right?
Right.
So, I guess we finished the list of questions, so we finished the podcast.
Right.
So,
And we have previously done a podcast where we answered listeners' questions.
mm-hmm.
So if you have questions for us that you want to hear that are, along this lines, drop it in the comments. Helen will compile them and we'll do another one.
Yeah, for sure. And I think folks enjoyed having Coven Sisters too.
Right.
So I think we talked about the possibility of trying to record something at the craft day that's coming up.
Yeah.
So we'll try to bring some of the sisters in.
Right.
Sisters are doing it for them. Oh, that's copyright. So, all right. So if you enjoyed this episode or learned something from it, then let us know. I'm interested to know, like, what was your favorite question, or maybe
what was your answer to some of these questions?
Right. Or what was your favorite of our answers, or something along those lines. Give us a comment so that we know that that y'all are interested, I guess. So, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button.
Ring the bell.
And yes, because that will alert you as to when I post new videos. There will be lots of links in the description box for social media and things like that. So be sure to check those out. And I think that's it. So we are wrapping up this podcast. And thank you for taking the time to walk the path for a little while with us. And until next time, blessed be.